everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be my September favourites, and it's crazy to me that it's already October. My god, the month is, you know, the month of September for me just flew by. It started because I started school in mid-August, so it started and I knew I had a month of school ahead of me. Then I would have like a week or two in the beginning of October before I have what is known in Norway as an autumn break. We have a week off from school, which is usually somewhere in October. My last day before autumn break is tomorrow, so almost there, and then I have a week off, and that's going to be nice. But September flew by and I had no idea what went on, and it's nearly my birthday. My birthday's in December, so it's still a couple of months away, but it's so close, and Christmas is almost around. And last year I remember started listening to Christmas music in like August, September, so it's kind of crazy. But without talking too much, because I have quite a lot of stuff in front of me here, I'm going to take you through my September favourites, starting with face and body and skincare, because I have too little in each separate category to split them up anymore. So face, body, skincare, anything that's not makeup basically. Let's go. So first up I want to talk about the Garnier Micellar cleansing waters, and I have the regular one as well as the oil one, the one with oil. And I use this for removing my makeup and sort of as a toner before I apply my moisturiser, particularly in the evenings, because I find that this takes off any residue of makeup that's on my face. But I recently started using this to sort of wash my face in the morning when I can't be bothered to go to the sink and do it. But I find that this cleans my face without drying it up, and I've been really liking it, and I'm almost out. But I'm not sure if I'm going to repurchase this, because I know they have a blue one as well. I'm thinking of trying that out. If you have tried any of these ones, let me know. I know this one was in last month's favourites as well, but I do really like it, and I do think I'm going to have to repurchase one of these soon because I'm terrified of being without it. Next up is a hand cream, and I have recently bought Zoella's beauty range because they have started launching in Norway. So we have a couple of the various items. But a couple of weeks ago I bought the Zoella Wonder hand cream. Very well, you can see that, and I love the packaging of this. I think it's super pretty. And I've been trying this out a lot recently because my hands have been getting pretty dry because it's getting a lot colder outside, and this is amazing. It smells really nice, it sinks into my hands very quickly, so I don't have to walk around feeling sticky, which is something I don't like because I tend to do things with my hands all the time, whether it is on my phone, on my laptop, reading, writing, anything like that. And for me, having sticky hands is just not a good thing because nothing will work properly for me then. So I do really like this, and it doesn't look like I've used a lot of it, but I've used this a lot, so I do really like it, and I do think this is a really good product. Next up I have the most boring thing in the world, which is deodorant, and I've been using the Sterilan Optimal Dry one because I've been a big fan of Nivea's deodorants for a while, but I recently I nearly used this up. I bought this a couple of weeks ago, maybe like 2 months or something, and I've been using this almost every single day. I say almost because some days I forget when I'm really lazy, but I've been loving it. It keeps me fresh, it doesn't smell super perfumey either, which is a nice thing, and it just keeps me from smelling weird. Next up I have two products from Lush. I have the Ambrosia shaving cream, which was in last month's favourites as well, and I've used, let me see if I can get the right side for you, there, I'm about this much left in the bottle, so I've used a lot of this. I do love it. I will have to purchase like a full size soon because I do not want to be without this. This makes shaving so easy and pain-free for me because my skin is very sensitive and I get a lot of those red bumps. But this makes shaving super easy. I don't have any red bumps or irritation, which is a huge plus for me because shaving was really awful because I would be really sore and irritated anywhere. So this has literally saved my life. I also have the Charity Pot one. I have this in the bigger size. As I said, the weather has been getting a lot colder here because I live quite far north, but this has saved my skin. The skin on my body, particularly on my arms, is very sensitive. I'm not sure if you know this, but sure how well it will show, but I have a lot of redness, sort of like eczema kind of patches on my upper arms, and I've had that for years, since I was a baby. I have no idea what it is, and it does not want to go away, but I find that it flares up a lot during the winter because it gets really cold. But I have found a good body moisturiser does help keep it sort of in shock and avoids me scratching myself until I bleed and all that stuff. So I've been using this one from Lush, and I do love it. It's very slippery, which is one thing I was a bit sort of unsure in the beginning about, but it's super moisturising and it keeps my skin feeling super soft. So I have been loving using this, and I've been using this every single time I get out of the shower pretty much. And it doesn't look like I've used a lot, but I use the smallest amount because this goes such a long way. So I just think this is amazing. Now, next up, I'm gonna talk about music and sort of miscellaneous favourites before I get into any sort of beauty related things. So, my first miscellaneous favourites is a drink. I do love my tea, particularly now in the winter, and I love my sort of hot tea, particularly in the evenings. My favourite is chai tea because I think it's gorgeous. But I've been recently loving iced tea with peach in it. It's something you can get in Norway. I think it's very popular, as well as I believe in the United States as well. But it's like cold tea with a peach flavour, and I think it tastes absolutely wonderful. I do love my peaches, and we tend to buy like 1.5 litres in one box because that's normally how you get them, and I can finish that in like a day or two. So I do think I might have an addiction. Next up, I have a music favourite, and I've been listening a lot to Adele, and particularly the song When We Were Young, because I just love it. I think it's such a pretty song. I do prefer it over Hello, which I know a lot of people liked, including myself, but I do prefer When We Were Young, and I've been listening to it a lot in September and coming into October as well. That moment when you realise you've thrown your next item into the washing. No, but I have a sweater favourite, which I will probably show you. Maybe insert or something if I can do it. But it is a long sleeve sweater, which is a really nice fabric. It's kind of thick and it's perfect for fall or autumn. It's the same thing. But it's black and white, and it has a houndstooth print. And I was at a point really obsessed with Sherlock. I still love the show a lot. But I was obsessed with it, and when I saw that they had it at one of the shops that I tend to buy my clothes from, I had to get it. It wasn't a set with the sweater and a skirt, but I don't wear matching sets that often, so I just got the sweater because I thought that's what I will wear the most anyway. And I have recently been wearing it a lot because it's just so comfy, and it's sort of just a quick thing that I throw on when I can't be bothered to make an effort with my outfit, because it will work with my jeans because they are black anyway. But I've been loving that because it keeps me warm and it's just really nice. So I want to give a sort of a shout out and talk about 2 of my favourite videos to watch, and these are sort of general genres. One of them is decluttering videos. I love watching people declutter their makeup because it's so fun to see how much makeup people have and what they like and what they don't like and what they use and stuff. So I've been loving watching those. I have also recently decluttered my own collection, and I think I made 3 or 4 videos about that will be coming up as soon as I can get them edited. But I went through and actually got rid of more than I thought I would, which is a huge plus. I do not have the biggest collection, but I wanted to get rid of all the products that I don't use that just take up space. So it was a nice sort of fresh start because my mind has been really cluttered recently. So I'm in the mood now to clean my entire life, which I've never been before, so that's something. And my second favourite type of video to watch is planner videos, and it's one of the reasons why I started getting into bullet journaling. I do have my planner bullet journal thing here, and the person who got me into this was Elle Fowler, because I've been watching her on YouTube for a while and I loved her makeup videos, but she talked about planning and has started her planner channel. I will leave her in the description below. I will also leave any of the sort of videos that I like from the declutter series and planner videos that I tend to watch a lot in the description below, and also on my blog, which is also linked in the description. Plug. But she got me into the whole sort of plan thing. I do not have an Erin Condren planner. I wish I did, because I think they look awesome and I wish I could plan with stickers. But mine looks like this. It's more of a typical bullet journal type spread. And I've gone through various ways of spreading. This was a couple of weeks ago, I think it was last week maybe. So I do enjoy planning because I think it helps me keep my life organised, and it shows me when I have to do anything, any appointments that I have, when I have to film and edit and all that stuff. Today's actually not filming. I'm meant to do this tomorrow, but I just have the energy, the lighting is alright, so I thought why not. But I've been loving those, and that's definitely helped me sort of get my life in order, because I recently started school. It's a big deal for me because I haven't been in school in like 5 years. But I am on a mission to finish high school, so it's a start. And planning and organising everything has been a big part of not making me overstressed, because when I get stressed I just shut down completely. So I've been loving watching those, both for relaxing and also for a lot of ideas. So my final collection of things, my final category is makeup and makeup related items. And when I went to collect all my favourites, I had no idea there were so many. I have a list on my computer of the things that I wanted to include, but I also went and picked out some that weren't strictly speaking on that list, just products that I've been loving and using a lot. And I ended up with a lot more than I thought I would. But I'm going to start off with two brushes that I've been loving recently. They're both from Real Techniques. It's the blush brush and the setting brush, and I've been using both of these for powder, but I also use this one for contouring, bronzing and blush, and also this for highlighter. So great multitasker type brushes. They are super affordable and the quality on this is amazing, and I just love them a lot. Another tool that I'm going to talk about is my eyelash curlers, and I've got ones from H&M which I've been super impressed with and happy with. They were a bit tricky in the beginning, but I just find after having used them for a while they were a lot easier to use, and I do like them a lot. And I also have two mascaras that I want to talk about, which I've used along with these lash colours a lot, and I'm very happy with the result. They are two different types of mascaras. One is the MaxFactor Masterpiece Transform High Impact Volumizing Mascara. Please find a shorter name. But this is the sort of European equivalent to CoverGirl Supersizer, because the brush is exactly the same as the Supersizer brush, and it basically does the same to your lashes, which was something that I really wanted because I've run out of my Supersizer and I can't get CoverGirl in Norway at all. But this does the exact same. It made me very, very happy, and I like this because it makes your lashes long and natural kind of looking, not too clumpy at all, and I just like them a lot. And the other one I have is Too Faced Better Than Sex. I recently opened this and I plan to do a review on it late to the party, I know, but I was very unsure about this because the brush on this is ginormous in my opinion, because I'm used to smaller, thinner brushes. That's what I prefer, because I find that bigger brushes clump my lashes together and it just doesn't hold a curl or anything that I want. This does everything that I want. It's nice and volumizing, it makes my lashes look nice and long, and it doesn't lose the curl with it, which I love because it's really good. My only problem with this is because of the size of the brush, I tend to blob mascara onto my eyelid, but I have sorted that problem out using a Q-tip every morning. But I do like these a lot, and they've been sort of what I've been using the last month. Next up I have an eyeshadow palette. This is from Sleek. It's the I Divine eyeshadow palette in Au Naturel, and I've been getting back into using this one. Sorry for blinding you there. The colours are nice and natural. They are also a nice mix of matte and shimmery, and I can get a lot of looks out of this palette, and I think the quality is amazing. Next up I have two lip balms here, and I want to talk about the basic range of the EOS ones, particularly the stripy ones, because I've been using both of these interchangeably for like 2 months. Nearly out of both of them, but I do love them because I find that they keep my lips nice and moisturised and hydrated. They work well under other lips products as well, like lipstick and lip gloss and liquid type lipsticks, because they aren't super thick. I find that they work sort of as a balming primer almost, and I do really like them. They're not the most hydrating lip balms on the market, but I do prefer them for sort of a nice thin layer of moisture underneath any lip product that I know can be a bit drying. I also have a brow duo favourite. This is the NYX Micro Brow Pencil in Blonde and my Maybelline Brow Drama Sculpting Brow Mascara in Dark Blonde. This is what I have. This is what I have on my brows today, and my brows look flawless. I literally did my brows this morning. Like, they haven't looked this good in weeks. I cannot make them look both this even and this nice and natural. But this is what I have on. I do love both of these products separately. I think they are amazing, but I do love them even more together. My next makeup favourite is a powder, and this is the Kix Translucent Loose Powder. It's flying everywhere, and I have used up almost all of this, and I'm kind of terrified to run out because this is currently the only powder that I have in my collection, and I do not want to be without it. This is gorgeous for baking and keeps my skin nice and matte if I choose to wear it all over the face, which I have today. And it's super lightweight, does fly everywhere though, so be aware of that, but I love the powder. It's not the most expensive one, but it is on the high-end side, but I think it's worth the money. So my next product is my Hourglass Ambient Lighting palette, particularly, if I can open it now, this blinding all of you in this awesome middle shade. It's what I've been using to kick off bake. It's what I have been using to highlight my cheekbones and any high point on my face, basically, if I wanted a nice subtle but natural kind of highlight. It's a very pale one. It's the only one in here that is pale enough for me to use during the winter, and it has sort of a pink bluish type sheen to it. It's not super sparkly, so it's a very nice natural highlight, and if you're looking for that, I do recommend this palette because you get 3 awesome products here. The one, this one, the one on the left is matte, and the other 2 are shimmery, but I wish I could use the matte one, but it is a bit too dark for me to use as a highlight, to the point where I could almost use it as a bronzer. But I do love this a lot, and I do really want to try out more of the Hourglass powders. And the blushes and everything. I really want the holiday palette, but I can't afford it, which is super sad. But I do really like this palette a lot, and I've been getting a lot of use out of it. Next up, I have a lot of lip products. I'm going to start off with my NYX Butter Gloss in Crème Brulee. I've been loving this as a nude type lip gloss because I'm not a very big gloss person. Just because I don't like the sticky feeling, my hair tends to fly into it, and it just creates a mess. But I do like the NYX Butter Glosses a lot. I think they are nicely pigmented, not super sticky, and they feel really nice on the lips. And this one is the one that I have that is the least amount of sort of pink. Because I have the Vanilla Cream Pie shade as well, you can see it there. And that is a lot more pink than this, and I find this works well if you want a natural kind of look, but also slightly on the nude side. And I've worn this on top of this one, which is the Isadora Twist Up Matte Lips in Naked. And this is more of a brownish, slightly pink nude. You can see it there. And I do love this combo. I think it's a nice nude type lip. So I love both of these on their own and also together. This one, the matte one, is not super mattifying. It has kind of like got a satin, because it's a satin soft feel. It has almost got like a satin finish, and it's not at all drying, and I just think it's amazing. I then have 2 Revlon lip butters. I've been getting back into using these recently. I have the shade Juicy Papaya, which is what is on my lips, and also Berry Smoothie. These are super nice and hydrating, moisturising. They've got a nice amount of colour to them for being sort of lip butters, which to me is just a fancy word for a tinted lip balm. That's the Berry Smoothie one there on the bottom, and they are such nice colours. They do not last super long on your lips because they are more hydrating, but I like to take this with me in my purse because they're easy to apply on the go because you don't really need a mirror. I just think they are awesome. Lastly, I have a liquid lipstick, and this is the MaxFactor Lipfinity in the shade Spice, and this is an awesome product. It is a super waterproof liquid lipstick in a sort of brown type shade, and this is part of a sort of 2-step program because this on its own is very dry. This does dry down completely on your lips, and it's waterproof. Like, completely waterproof. I had a swatch of this on my arm for like 24 hours through washing my hands multiple times and sleeping. It didn't go anywhere. Just dropped it. Oh my god. But I do love this colour a lot. I think it's very sort of autumn appropriate because it's sort of dark, a bit brown type shade, but I do love this a lot. And I think if you use the two-step part of this, because it has a top coat which is nice and glossy, but also really hydrating, which you need with this one. You can also throw on a regular lip balm, but the top coat I think seals the colour in a bit better and makes it last a really long time. So yeah, I think this colour, particularly this colour and the sort of formula, is really, really nice. Now that is it. I am completely out of breath and I hope you liked the video. If you have tried any of these products and you like them, let me know in the comments below and tell me what your favourites for September were, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye!